Hey, I'm Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for February 28th, 2025. Big announcement on Wednesday from Analogue Productions coming March 14th, the 180 gram 45 RPM box set of the Absolute Originals by Creedence Clearwater Revival is going to be back in print for the last time. This will be the last reissue of this box set. And this includes the choicest tracks from the 7-record CCR studio catalog, as well as a bonus 8th disc, 45 RPM, containing selected wide stereo mixes, and is mastered by Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman from the original Analogue tapes. And on Wednesday, we put out a video where Chad goes over this box in detail, and you can watch that video on our YouTube channel via a link in the description below. New from Analogue Productions, the SACD of Birth of the Blue by Miles Davis, now shipping, and this is mastered from the original tape direct to DSD. From Acoustic Records, Gillian Welsh, The Heroine, The Harvest, and this is mastered from the original Analogue tape and pressed at Paramount Pressing in Denver, Colorado. Up for pre-order, now coming March 14th, from the Bluesville Acoustic Sound Series, Lonnie Johnson, Blues and Ballads, and Mississippi John Hurt, Today. And this is mastered, both of these are mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab from the original tapes and will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180 gram vinyl. Shipping in March are the next two titles from the Analogue Productions Atlantic 75 series, and those titles are Bad Company, Run with the Pack, and Foreigner Double Vision. Both of these are double albums, 45 RPM, 180 gram pressings, and they were both mastered by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling, with the Foreigner being cut from the original Analogue master, and the Bad Company being cut from a one-off-the-master quarter-inch tape copy. And these will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings, and will have SACDs available with an arrival date yet to be announced. Then coming April 18th from the Verve Acoustic Sound Series, Duke Ellington and Johnny Hodges, Side by Side. And this is also mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab from the original tape and will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180 gram vinyl. Coming in March from the Rhino High Fidelity series, Black Sabbath self-titled album, and this is an all-analog cut from the original tape by Kevin Gray and is pressed on 180 gram heavyweight vinyl at Optimal. Coming April 11th from the Blue Note Classic Vinyl series, Kenny Burrell with Art Blakey, On View at the 5-Spot Cafe, The Complete Masters. And then from the Blue Note Tone Poet series coming April 18th, Tony Williams, Civilization, and Don Pullen, New Beginnings. May 2nd from Legacy, Pink Floyd at Pompeii, 1972, and this is an LP remastered and remixed by Steven Wilson, and additionally will be available on Blu-ray with the stereo, 5.1, and Dolby Atmos mixes. Coming in June from Speaker's Corner, Ornette Coleman, Ornette. And then from Mobile Fidelity, with an arrival date yet to be announced, a limited numbered edition of Street Songs by Rick James. And this will be a double album, 45 RPM, 180 gram pressing. And now we're going to go over a couple of highlights from the Vinyl Vault this week. First up from Classic Records, Rock the House, 10 LP test pressing box set featuring 8 albums. Santana Supernatural, Sarah McLachlan Surfacing, Matthew Sweet Girlfriend, Matthew Sweet Altered Beast, Brian Eno Spinner, Little Feat, Ain't Had Enough Fun, Jennifer Warnes Famous Blue Raincoat, and Elton John Made in England. And these are all test pressings inside of this box, and the test pressings are sealed. Next, a Sting Studio Album Collection, the Complete Studio Collection Volume 2. This is a 4 LP 180 gram box set that was pressed at Optimal in Germany on 180 gram vinyl. And last but not least, the Complete Studio Albums of The Who, and this is a sealed 14 LP 11 album box set. Back in stock this week, 9 original jazz classics titles: the Red Garland Trio Groovy, John Coltrane Stardust, Thelonious Monk Alone in San Francisco, Haynes Newborn and Chambers, We Three, the Vince Guaraldi Trio Self-Titled, Bill Evans Trio Moonbeams, Everybody Digs Bill Evans and Portrait in Jazz, and Wes Montgomery Boss Guitar. Couple of recent releases we would like to highlight from Analogue Productions: the 2 45 RPM 12-inch singles, Isaac Hayes, Hits from Shaft, and the Staple Singers, Hit Singles. And both of these, again, are 45 RPM, 180 gram pressings, mastered by Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman at Acoustic, and pressed at Quality Record Pressings. And then from Capri, Ray Brown Super Bass, and this was mastered by Doug Sachs at the Mastering Lab and pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180-gram vinyl. Other titles in this week, from Aftermath, Eminem Encore, a 20th anniversary limited edition on royal blue vinyl. From Analogue Phonic Deutsche Grammophon, Gideon Kramer and Martha Agerreich, Beethoven, Violin Sonatas 9 and 10. This is the first time this album's ever been on vinyl and is analog mastered by Sidney Claire Meyer at Emil Berliner Studios from the original Universal Music Masters and is pressed on 2 180-gram LPs at Optimal in Germany. From Atlantic, Typo Negative, October Rust. Various artists, Stax Volt, The Complete Singles 1959 to 1968, Volume 3, and Volume 4. Both of these are 3 LP sets that are limited to 2,000 copies and are pressed on 140-gram vinyl. From Big Brother Recordings Limited, Oasis, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, a 25th anniversary limited edition on silver vinyl. From BMG Rights Management, a 50th anniversary of Overkill by Motorhead, and this comes on a turquoise and blue splatter vinyl. It is half-speed mastered and includes a poster. From Cooking Vinyl, the Alan Parsons Project, Pyramid, an audiophile edition 180-gram 45 RPM double album, mastered at half speed by Miles Schowell at Abbey Road Studios and pressed at Optimal in Germany. From Culture Factory, Harvey Mandel, Get Off in Chicago. This is a 180-gram amber gold LP limited to 1,000 copies. And John Hammond, Big City Blues, a 180-gram yellow pressing limited to 1,000 copies. From Curb, George Jones, Country Greatest Hits. From Legacy, a 40th anniversary edition of Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne, pressed on translucent cobalt blue vinyl with a poster. Kelly Clarkson, Piece by Piece. And Carole King, Really Rosie, the TV soundtrack. 4 titles from MA Recordings, Guyo Yaji, Sorrow of the River, Ondekoza, Fujiyama. Various artists, Audiophile Jazz Prologue Part 1, and various artists, Hi-Fi Flamenco. And all 4 of these are limited numbered 180-gram one-step pressings, half-speed mastered by Miles Schowell at Abbey Road Studios. From the Numero Group, Margot Guryan, Take a Picture, a limited edition on Sun Gold Opaque vinyl, and this is also available as a 3LP box set on gray vinyl with a booklet. And from Universal, Sex Pistols, Live in the USA, 1978 Atlanta, on red vinyl. And now it's time for an employee pick, and this week's pick comes from Derek over in the warehouse, and his pick is Green Day Dookie. I chose Green Day Dookie as my employee pick because this was the album that really got me into wanting to make music. I was 13 years old when I first saw the video for Basket Case on MTV, and I bought the cassette shortly after. I listened to that cassette all day, every day, until the tape wore out. I would easily put this in my top 5 favorite albums of all time. Thank you, Derek. Well, that wraps up the new releases here this week at Acoustic Sounds for February 28th, 2025. As always, everything you saw in the video today will be available on our website, acousticsounds.com, via links in the description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the email newsletter that's in the footer of our website, and follow us on any social media platforms you may use. We'll see you next week.
Please like and subscribe for more audiophile content.